Episode is trying to take an oil pan out of off a small block Chevy inside of a S10, and it's damn cramped up in here. I don't think it's going to come out. I can't see it right now, but a couple people on the internet said that it does, so we going to take their word for it and see what happens. Follow along. Let me see if I can't zoom out here. So right here, we got the cross member, and then right there we got the flex plate, and right there we got the oil pan. Not much of a gap up in there to work with. I might have to pull out this bolt that's holding my brake lines in. I don't know. My starter fitment up there is really tight, but we got 7 of the bolts removed so far, so we're gonna keep going with it. I'll check back in when it's really stuck. So it's Friday night, and we're in the middle of pulling this oil pan. I got 1 bolt left. I got my new pressure relief springs that came in the mail. They're a 58 PSI spring, I think is what I got in there, is a 70. So if I can get everything out, we're gonna change it. We're also gonna check the depth of the pump pickup to the pan, and just continue on with where we left off on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. I swear my wife just thinks I make this stuff up, that I have to do this stuff, so I'm spending time out in the garage. Quick tip for y'all. Make life faster on yourself. Pick this up, hold it to where about you need it, and let it suck the fluid up into the ram, and then it stays there. You gotta have it tight down there. If it's not tight, it'll just fall right back down on you. Thinking like a chain down around the water pump. That's probably not a good idea. I got my carb plate I can put on it. Then I'm going to have the carburetor dangling around. Gosh. Well, I can only move the engine up an inch anyway before I got to unbolt the headers. wants to come apart to act. See, now I put the truck up on rims. I was just like too short for it. We did, not that much dripped out. Go like that, hey, no more will drip out. I like it. Oh, more dripped out. Nice. Wasn't ready for that. Come on, Jumper. Okay. I don't like that. Well, here's my setup. I don't think I'm going to have to pull the distributor because looking back in there between the distributor and the firewall, I got plenty of room. I just had to pull the cap off and set it right there. My big issue is going to be the steering shaft, trying to clear around the headers. But other than that, all I got is hook up the hoist and 2 bolts, 2 engine mount bolts, and I should be able to lift it up an inch or 2 and maybe get out the oil pan. I'd like to take a brief moment and talk about rigging. Let me bring down this chain here real quick. Now, a lot of you guys don't realize that this little tab right here, forget the name of it, but it can save your life. Always make sure you got them hooked up on your hook ends. I've seen too many times where the toe strap or something failed or whatnot. And also, you can go to the store and you can get some $3.99 carabiners, the clip ones that are made out of aluminum, lightweight, that's nice, but they don't hold any strength. So stay away from those too. So here we go. We got, come on, hop in there, clicking, there we go. Sometimes you gotta roll it around through there. So I got my hoist set up here. I intentionally did it sideways, so that way maybe I can still get in there and work. I don't know. We're probably gonna have to try multiple different ways of rigging this. There's no buts about this. I just got to get the shit done. Well, I don't know exactly what time it is, but I can tell you that the transmission is hitting the tunnel. And I don't think there's enough clearance. I've got the legs of the engine hoist in my way. I've got the damn job's a pain in the ass. And in all honesty, I probably just could have added another half quart to it, ran it a quarter of a quart over full, and after its first fire up, probably wouldn't have made a damn difference, and it probably would have held enough oil in the pan to not do what it was doing anymore. But now I got a world of problems, so we're gonna just keep at it, keep plugging away, see where we get. Well, here's a little update for you. I'm T-minus a couple parts from having this engine back out again. Got all the bell housing, got the converter bolts, got one exhaust manifold, got the radiator, got to get the steering shaft out of the way, got to get the other exhaust header off, and the power steering pump off, and I think it'll be out. I'm going to try to leave the distributor in it while I do this, but it's going to be tight coming out. But I think if I'm very careful and nimble, it'll come out no problem. We'll see how it is. I mean, I'm just happy that I'm out here working on it because it's been like 3.5, 4 weeks. We had to go take care of my father-in-law. Then after my father-in-law, my wife got sick for a week, so I was pretty much, and my son at the same time. And then after that, I got sick. So I've just been down in the dumps, and now it's finally time to work on it. And I've been out here in the garage now an hour and a half or so, 2 hours, and we're getting things moving along. Got the radiator out of it. I kind of had a little issue with it, pulling the radiator out. Working on this exhaust manifold, and as you can see, the steering shaft goes right through it, so I got to get that out of the way. I might try to do something with that brake line too after I get it out. I got to get the pump out, the power steering pump. I got to pull the pulley, and it's got 3 bolts in the front of it, and it should come out. And yeah, that's all there is to it. Nothing. No big deal. I did have a little mishap. If you look way down in here, I twisted one of my lines. So that's no bueno. I'm going to have to replace that. So I'm going to be in the market for a new radiator. Let me show you the reason why, or what I think happened when it effed up. So as I was taking the line off of this whole part spun on me. I'm almost wondering if that's a fitting in there. It might be just a fitting. I might be actually okay. I'm not sure. But it spun, and the line was still attached to it, and it spun the whole line, and so it twisted the line. So if you've seen other videos that I've done, you know that I can make transmission cooler lines. I actually probably have some stuff that might be the same size. I could try to make it work. I don't know. If not, I might just replace both lines with some of that line that I used for the fuel line. I can't remember the damn name of it right now, but that's might what I do. So I'm gonna jam and try to get this motor out tonight, so that way I can finally figure out what the oiling issues are with the engine. Basically the fact that I'm a dumbass and I didn't shorten up my chain on my hoist, and I had to cut down my non-existing, non-working light in order to make enough room up there for the engine hoist, which is right there, to clear out. I had to also take this leg down. It was a big pain in the ass, but as you can see, I got the engine out. I don't know what we're going to do with it yet. We're going to check to see. No, I do know what we're going to do. We're going to measure the depth of my oil pan, and we're going to measure the depth of my pickup, and see where it's at. It should be 3/8 to a ½ inch off the bottom of the oil pan. As long as it's like that, then I don't know what the oiling issue was. We're also going to see about maybe buying a bigger oil pan, you know, like a 6-quart, and see if that might fix my issue. I don't know. But since we're out, we also got a new flex wheel, because if you remember in past videos, flex plate. In past videos, I didn't have the starter in there correctly, or I used the 4.3 starter, and it was just barely grinding on a couple of these teeth. So there's a couple that are kind of shot on it. It's still usable if I had to, but like right there's the area that is bad. It just kind of makes it when it hits that spot and wants to skip. So I bought a new one. They weren't expensive, so might as well since I'm doing all this work and I got it this far out. Also, I think I'm going to order a new timing cover because after I got the engine apart and actually looked at it, my timing cover is a little bit screwed up. I'll show you. So we come under here and we look at the timing cover, and it's right up against the front main cap, or the first, whatever you want to call it. It just looks like it's all bent and distorted and stuff, and I imagine since it's so distorted, it could very well be having oiling, or oil could be seeping out the front seal. So we're just gonna pull all that off, and then we're gonna fix it and put it all back. And I'll keep you updated. In the next video, I'll probably have it. I'll probably have an update on what the actual oiling issue is, and I'll go over that in a little more detail once I figure out what it is. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you next time.